Good day, listeners, and welcome to another interesting episode of Mental Health right here on Kalam Radio. I'm Mariam, and today we're going to be talking about something very special. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm with my very, very special partner, Dr. Sonia Shuse. What do you have to say to our listeners today?
An exciting morning to you wherever you are listening to us. We hope you have been coping with the barrage of news all over the place, good, bad, and some you don't know where to place. But I hope you are coping because that's what we are here for, always.
Indeed. So, like we always say, grab your papers, but not for a medication prescription, but for tips. Yes, exactly. So today we're going to be talking about something many of us struggle with, and that is forgiving and forgetting, and how it actually affects our mental health. Because we all know we've all been hurt, either by a friend, a partner, a family member, maybe even by ourselves. And in those moments, two words often come up: forgive and forget. But is it really that simple? Forgiveness doesn't mean saying what someone did was okay. It doesn't mean you have to welcome them back into your life or act like it never happened. Meanwhile, there are some things we can't actually forget, and maybe we shouldn't. Forgetting isn't the goal. Healing is. So what do you have to say about this, Dr. Sunny?
That's a very complex topic or matter we are about to begin to examine. As a matter of fact, the examine to scratch at. We know from experience and from the sciences that humans are social beings. And what this presupposes is that whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not, we find ourselves building or being part of a complex web of relationships. Some you choose, many others you don't choose. And in the course of interacting with people, it's just normal that certain things are going to happen. Yes. As you said, you get hurt. You get hurt by people. Some very close to you, some are family, some are strangers, some are confidants, some are colleagues. Some of these pains probably intentional. The individual really wants and goes away gloating when you tear and say, I deal with him. I think he's saying a strong man or strong woman, something like that. And some could just be inadvertent. And then, well, we are human, we must think about the things that make us feel pain. You know, you sit back, some in the midst of the pain, they look at things and take certain decisions. There are those who are able to step back from the tango and do an assessment. Now, since this is it, what am I supposed to do? And that's where the issue of letting go or retaining. Surely, we can let go. I think it's within human. It's part of our default setting to be able to look and say, okay. Sometimes you say, okay, this is it, get out. And when people come to discourage you on the mind, I say, no, that's who I am. As I said it, so my mind is clean. I have nothing against him. But sometimes it might just mean more than that. Get out is actually serious. Go, don't come again. You can't come here again. That's what it means. And when people say, can we, as we forgive, does that erase the memory? Or does that mean that thing did not happen? That's where we are now.
Like, there's always this, it's like their partners.
Yes.
Pain and hurt
Oh,
and
well,
forgiveness.
yeah, yes.
Because you won't need to forgive if someone didn't cause you like pain or
right.
hurt.
Yeah, right.
And because they are partners and they come side by side, we do see that it's really, really an intense feeling that people feel.
Yeah, yes. They are side by side. Now maybe which one would we say the pain, the causing of the pain and the letting the pain and memory go? We do not know now if we put them side by side which will be heavier. But I guess they are heavy. Some will tell you that it's not even what the person did that is causing the pain. It's the fact that it's the person that did it. Something like that. So it's quite an emotional burden that comes on people, because invariably you must make a decision about the matter. And some will just say, well, I just decide not to think about it. Not thinking about it is actually a decision too. Yeah. If I don't think about it, and eventually you and I see again, what happens? I chose not to think of what you did. It's not as if you have disappeared, you have jackpot, and I will not see you again. Now, there you are. I'm going to the car park, to my car, and you are also going to your car, and we have to cross path to get to our cars. What happens? Maybe I delay and hold back a little and pretend to make an urgent call. So I think that both exact, strong, emotional burden on people. Both.
And sometimes you hear people say that when a stranger hurts you, it's a lot more easier to forget than when it's someone close to you. Like when someone says, my brother just did this to me, and it hurt me more than when that passerby that I just newly met just hurt me.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You know, it's the relationship between us and people is supposed to be a factor in how we respond to them. It's supposed to be. And if you look at that of a baby, I won't say innocent. Now the baby is sucking at the mother's breast and bites the nipple, whether playfully or whatever. I'm aware that mothers will slap his mouth, a little slap, to let the baby know that you don't do that to what is putting food in your mouth. You should know that. And usually the baby is just a baby. And the fact is, the fact as I know you ought to condition the things I should do to you. So it's when that is absent that somebody says, even my brother, can you believe it? My brother. Some will even go beyond that. From the same womb. You can't believe it. That's to say, of all people, this should never be somebody who should do something like this to me. And honestly, I think that the value we put on relationships we have with people actually moderates how we relate to them, how we respond. If I were, can you drive?
Yeah, I can.
Ah, good. That's good. Now let's see, because I've seen some of these things. So you are driving, and I'm standing by. I'm not aware you are the one. Then it has rained and puddle all over, and you drive innocent, normal driving, and you go across this puddle, and I'm standing there. The thing splashes. My face contorts. I'm thinking of how to say what I want to say, and I turn and I say it's Mariam. that you see the face unbundle itself. It could even become laughter. And I say, Mariam, so you have chosen to decorate my dress for me. But assuming it was someone else.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So the quality or the value we put on relationship we have with people moderates how or what we do to them. And sometimes when they hurt us, for me, sometimes people say they don't understand how I say that's how there are things I just imagine people will not do intentionally. Okay, I park here, you want to also park near, and somehow there's a little miscalculation and you brush. I shouldn't shout because ordinarily I know you will not do that. So that's how I do things, and it helps me. It helps my mental health. When someone say, you two do like this, you don't treat people like this. If you don't like this, they will take advantage. I say, let them take advantage. It gives me peace. I don't look at it that I don't think that you will intentionally do this. So it makes it easy for me to let it go and not think about it. I didn't say forget to I not think about it. So I think that how we see a relationship that we have with someone actually conditions our responses. That's why sometimes it amazes a man and a wife. That's the ultimate destination for two people in love. And then there is a misunderstanding, and you marvel at the words that come from somebody's mouth, either towards the husband or towards the wife. I tell people that, look, that I'm sorry is not an eraser. Actually, it's not eraser. It doesn't erase. You call your wife this fool, this good for nothing. Then at the end, I put you in my car and say, okay, let's go to where's that latest joint and buy things and say, look, that thing that happened in the morning, I'm sorry. It's not eraser. And I always tell people, be careful what you say, because I'm sorry does not recall, does not cancel out. You have spoken the thing. There's no time the person's memory will not play it. So you have to be. But basically, what the value I put on our relationship determine how I respond to you. Even when there's heat, that will determine many things.
Indeed. So people do have this misconception that it has to be someone else that hurts you. They forget the you factor. As myself, I can actually hurt myself. And I actually need to forgive myself for my actions so that I can move on.
Yes. Honest. We do not hurt ourselves. We do. And when you remember, you still cringe a little about what you did to yourself. I remember many years ago, I served in the university I attended, because the department wrote through the university wrote on behalf of the department to NYC not to post us. We were supposed to be sent abroad, but close to the end of the youth service year, they came up that it was not going to work. I didn't stay back to collect my last month alawi. I just, out of annoyance. Not only that, the room that the university rented for me in town, Ife, I just locked the door and took the key away. Their bed, their things. Although I will later send the key to them to go and carry their things. Each time I think about it, I feel bad, because I shouldn't have behaved like that. I should not. I've forgiven myself, but I have not forgotten. So I think about it too. Imagine if maybe I felt that university is not a human being. Yeah, so it has no feeling. So assuming it was somebody I did it to, that will stamp an impression about me in that person's mind. Maybe it was okay. Do you know so person? Yes. Oh, that guy. Don't just talk about him here. Don't talk about him. That guy is a mess. So we hurt ourselves. It's not just stranger. It's easy to, well, I guess, is it easy to let a stranger go when he hurts us?
I think it's much easier because you see the stranger. Unless you see yourself in the mirror, you won't actually see yourself.
Oh, God, oh, good. Yeah, maybe it's easier. But, yeah, it's the same. A pain is a pain, no matter who causes it. Whether you cause it for yourself, out of annoyance, maybe. I remember some time ago, I spoiled a very expensive phone I had. And what was it? Whether it was network, I didn't know. Somebody called me. I picked the thing, hand. I tried to put up the thing. Out of anger, I threw it up. Then landed hard, face down on the table, and the screen broke. Then after that, the thing was not working. But then subsequently, the thing blacked out. Somebody had to go to Benin to go and fix it for me. The cost of transport and the then prohibitive cost of putting a screen. And now look, I say, isn't that foolishness now? You see, you hurt yourself. You hurt yourself. So we can cause pain to ourselves. A stranger can cause, but well, maybe it's easier to say that's a stranger, let him go, I may not even see him again, but you will always see yourself.
Exactly.
And you always remember. That's where I think the essence of our discussion really is to look at our capacity, or to grow our capacity to be able to let a matter go. But I bet you will not forget it. But letting it go means that the memory of it is not influencing a behavior. That's what it means. The memory of what you did is not influencing a reciprocal behavior from me. That's what it means. That's I guess that is forgiveness. Yes.
Like I was going through Instagram yesterday and I saw like a video whereby this woman was talking about the fact that someone hurt her really deeply, and that was when she was 20.
All right.
And now she's like 40. And then she said she read this scripture whereby it was telling her that God forgives you when you forgive others.
All right.
And so she decided, you know what, I'm going to take a new leaf on my life and I'm going to forgive. So she called the person that hurt her, and then the person started crying. And that, she said, that made her forgive the person. And that's like 20 years after.
Right.
So what's the time factor when it comes to like forgiveness and letting things go?
The truth is that there are some pains that time refuses to heal. Yes. As often as you remember, even if what you are holding is of much greater value than what you lost, your mind still goes back there and the pain will appear fresh. I was reading about somebody, I think he physically attacked a lady or something and drew blood, and when people came, he said that he funded the girl's education on the agreement, mutual, that after her schooling they would marry. And then she didn't hear from her, she just disappeared, only for her to come back with a card to give him of a planned wedding with someone else. She had the audacity to come to his house with a card, and so he grew violent. And people say, yes, the guy did not do well. In matters like that, there will be divided opinions. Someone say, yeah, even though he didn't do well, couldn't you walk away and let God settle the matter, or something like that? I look at it, I said, whatever made the girl come back, maybe she trusted the man's maturity or something. And I was imagining, they didn't put the details. I just imagined that probably they had me talking about it. And she's saying, look, this thing will not work. Oh. That one say it has to work. I've spent money. I've heard of people who have, from in the entire higher education particularly, the girl comes back and says, give me a bill of what you spent. And some people, the bill they are thinking of is a bullet. So, yes, there are some wounds, some pains that time wouldn't heal. You know, while sitting there, I saw somebody commenting on how last Sunday was International Father's Day or Men's Day or whatever. The girl posted, Happy Father's Day to my mom. The father is not there though. Doesn't he speak plenty? Happy Father's Day to my mother. In other words, if there's a father anywhere, it is this woman. Okay, tomorrow that girl becomes big. And honestly, I pray for such children. They should get big and let somebody sweat for it. Then a man emerges later to say, I'm your father, I'm sorry. No matter what happens, there are some pains that time, it now becomes incumbent on you for your own mental health, which is what we are talking now, to let go. That girl, that woman, the situation is good. There are those you call and who says, I'm not aware I've done you anything. As far as I'm concerned, I'll not do you anything. Oh my God. What do you do in such a situation? And you have held this pain for 20 years. It's okay in order to let go. Because it says, forgive others as God forgives you. Now, if I have to let go, let me call. So, hello, I am. Oh, where are you now? I'm in so place. In fact, I just said I should call. You know that time in 2005. That's 20 years now. You know, when this thing happened and you now did like this, that thing pained me. Even till now, that's why I said I should just call you. That matter. I didn't do anything to you. What do I do? I'm looking for closure. And this is what I get. How do I manage this now? I think that will reignite everything. So if I were such a person, I don't think I would call. I would just let go in my mind. If ever I meet the person, I would treat the person in such that whoever is looking will not know that anything. So because there's always that risk that somebody, there are people around us who are they are not tough. They are such cowards that they cannot own up to a weakness. Because agreeing that I've hurt you on my part, maybe somebody will say, oh boy, you fall my hand. How glad you go and say something like this. They think strength is actually insisting on right that is wrong. So it's cowardice. It takes courage to be able to own up and say, yeah, it's true. I now recall that thing. So the woman took a risk, but thank God it worked out fine for both of them. But that's the issue we are talking about. You can now go ahead and your mind is clean. Yes.
Even when you talked about maturity earlier on, is there like an age limit for like forgiveness? Like, do I have to, when I get to 40, when I get to 60, I'll learn to let go of things and forgive people for the hurt they caused me? Or is it that as a 20-year-old, as a 10-year-old, or even if you're 15 or whatever age you are, whatever someone does to you, you should just like learn to forgive and let go?
Yeah, I think it's an attitude we can cultivate, and is strengthened by a belief system. Yeah, it's strengthened by a belief system. When you just realize that I'm supposed to be accountable to higher authority than these things that I see. Although people may think you are weak, or maybe they won't say you are a fool, but then it gives you peace of mind. It gives you, it puts you in charge. of situations, because you don't need to be caught off guard by a lurking desire for revenge. Just pop up and you say it without knowing. It shields you. And honestly, I think it's a positive attitude we can grow to be able to let things go. Be able to let things go. And puts you in charge. It gives you peace of mind. And if not with man, but with God, right? So we can develop the attitude, because somebody says that revenge is like that when you are chauffeured by revenge, when revenge is your driver, he says you will always drive at excessive speed, and that will also expose you to some danger, to some hurt arising from your speed, to catch up and deal with somebody. So I think my belief, my attitude to things is I let go. Yes, it will pain you definitely. As I go, I think about it, I brood over it, I reflect, I remember, but I just make up my mind to let go. Yes, it comes sometimes at a cost, but it's an attitude, because you will. I'm a teacher, and I read one Maxwell. John Maxwell is he still alive now? John Maxwell, a global consultant on leadership and things, that a teacher has the opportunity to impact on at least 2,000 people in the course of his interaction with people. So imagine the impact you make on 2,000 people, and having gone through a system like Polytechnic, now will be more than 10,000. When you teach a class that nobody knows how many they are until they do exam, and then they bring their scripts, they are as tall as this bundle of scripts to mark. Yes, so it's an attitude, and you never know those who watch you. I've run away from Facebook for many years now, but people are there say, hey, people will call your guy. All these people, I went there, I tried to edit my birthday and to remove things. Meta will not allow me, and they say, you may not post, but stay like that. People will go and post your picture, and they will post things endlessly. I just see many of them are my past students who have interacted with you, and they know the kind of person you are. They don't know, not as if they know much about you, but the little they have seen of you has helped them to form an impression. And some tell you that you are their mentor. They say, sir, you are mentoring me from afar. I said, that's good. It's an attitude. You can grow it. People who are vengeful are dangerous people. It takes it's an anti-human spirit to be vengeful. Because vengeance, I want to cause pain. Real one. People put poison in drinks. Even all these Yahoo friends and things. Put poison. Of what? That thing you didn't share it well. I'm pained. Oh, he snatched my girl. I'm pained. He took my position. I was supposed to be the HOD, was the one who got it. Even something as casual as course allocation. I was the one that taught that course last session, and they went and gave it to that person. He must have gone under. I'll wait for him. Something like that. And some cannot hide it. You greet them, they don't answer you. That's signal that something is coming. Malice. They keep malice. But we need to mature. And for me, I think essentially your belief system must show in the way you behave. That's how I see it. So if you yourself know, in spite of what you have done to yourself, the pain you have caused yourself, what vengeance have you taken on yourself? You didn't know that your fancy wristwatch was under there and you stepped on it and it broke. Did you kill your leg? So something we have to cultivate that attitude. To know, I think we were saying something here that day. If a child maybe is doing the dishes and something slips, I shouldn't rush with cane. Yes, because I know no child wants to break that plate. No child. It's only to come in. First of all, are you hurt? No. Next time, I've warned you, don't put too much soap in your hand when you are doing this thing. That's what you do. So we must cultivate the attitude of giving somebody benefit of the doubt, and that helps us to swallow or to manage what you may not swallow it. It can be in your mouth, but you don't spit it out and you don't swallow it. It's just there. So, but it helps you. In the course of working, I've met people. I've heard things. I don't hold it against you. And such people eventually, you just say that they fade from your sphere of influence for whatever hurt they think has happened. After a while, you see them return. And I don't treat them as if, where have you been? I don't. I just assume that you've always been around. So, and they think you are wonderful. No, it's just an attitude that. So we can develop a positive attitude that helps us to manage people's responses or behaviors towards us. Protecting yourself.
Like even when you mentioned revenge, like I was watching a movie one time and this woman, she killed a man's entire family. And now he wanted revenge. And he finally did. He got her back and he killed her. But the thing is, when he did that, he didn't feel it.
Right.
He didn't feel fulfilled, like I'm now at peace.
Yes, I'm balanced.
Exactly. He didn't balance anything. So it now showed him that he spent so many years, because she did it when he was young and he did it when he was older. After all that time and after getting back at her, nothing changed. He didn't feel at peace. So the revenge didn't actually cause him peace or a better mental state.
Yes. Yeah. People say that revenge is a double-edged knife. Yes. It when you throw it, it swings and cuts the person who has hurt you. But it has a return journey. And it's coming back for you. For you. Like that. So, as if you read all these novels built around the Italian mafia system, where in fact it is from the Sicilians that we have the word vendetta. It comes from their peculiar culture of institutionalized revenge. Somebody from your family kills somebody in my family. It's incumbent on somebody in our family to kill somebody. And it has no end. Once you start vendetta, it doesn't end. Someone keeps killing. And that's what you find in Romeo and Juliet. Yes. This family and this Montag and Capulet, something of that time, somebody has to die. And unfortunately, two people there decided to fall in love. And see how it goes, how the story unfolded. So, revenge is a handy tool for people who are. I think it's weakness. You have a fixation to exert, and I tell you, it doesn't always leave a sweet taste in the mouth. Revenge does not. Just as you said. You have spent all your life, all your resources, planning, targeting, doing all of that, and at the end, now you have got what you want, but how do you feel? How are you? And you find that the emptiness is still there. So, I think it's only the devil. Only the devil that will probably celebrate revenge. I got him. I got him. A real human. It's hard to see, but there are people like that who just want revenge and they celebrate it, and they say, I think he don't die now. I think say he no go die or something like that. Those days of one head of state that just passed on, and people were celebrating. So, revenge is an outlet for squaring up or easing pain, but it doesn't actually ease. It adds to it, because you never know where this highway of revenge, where it leads to. It could get you to a bus stop where you hurt the person who has caused you pain, but if it's a bus stop, that the journey continues, right? And a life of having to perpetually look over your shoulder whether somebody is pursuing you, what life is that? So we are telling our listeners that if you can, please don't travel on the road of revenge. If you cannot forgive, maybe you avoid the person. Yeah, don't avoid the person and make up your mind, I avoid this person no matter what. If you see a card that carries the name, throw the card away. I think that instead of plotting revenge, because you do not know where revenge will end and how.
Indeed, and it's really, really important to separate revenge from justice, because there is justice whereby the person eventually gets what they deserve.
Yes,
it's not revenge.
It's not revenge.
Exactly,
it's not revenge. It's not revenge, because when you see some of the cases that go to court, they will not say it's between an individual and the state. Meanwhile, it's you that the person did something to. In doing it to you, the state takes responsibility. It is done to the state. So it's state versus an individual. So you find that when it goes to that place, the rule of law plays out, justice comes. But for some people, justice does not appear to assuage their pains. I think they say he's going to jail for only 3 years. 3 years. Let him go and come back. He will come and meet that. We are waiting for him. So, yes, when somebody decides to go, or a case goes to court, it is not revenge. It's actually asking a regulatory institution to help look at a matter and actually decide whether my behavior in this matter was right or wrong, and then let it be so treated. If you get, I see, well, some see justice as revenge, because I was reading about an American who killed somebody, and on the day he was gassed, he went to the gas room, and members of the family of the victim were allowed to watch from a glass. Yes, they could see, but the other person there could not see them. After the thing, I said, how did he feel? Say, yeah, today, look, they are satisfied. That pain has gone. That wicked man has paid for what? So for some people, justice is also revenge. What I cannot do for you, let it do to you. Let the Lord do it. Something like that. So, human relationship is complex, and because of this, maybe it boils down to a simple thing. Maybe we be careful how we choose our relationships, although there are some we cannot avoid. Schoolmate, classmate, coursemate, roommate, street mate, business mate, maybe a customer in the market, and all of such things. There are some that we just find ourselves in without choosing. Then family. I think that if maybe we even need to work on ourselves, that the value I put on the relationship I have with you ought to guide me in the things I should or should not do to you. If we take that as a responsibility and everybody does it, I guess we'll have very fewer areas of friction. Because who did this? Okay, oh, it's you. Next time, put it like this, because it's you. Maybe if someone else, it might not end like that. So I think that we need to choose our relationship carefully and then work on ourselves and treat people maybe they say in the way you probably would like them to treat you if the tables were to turn, something like that.
We do know that religion has like a place to play when it comes to like forgetting and forgiving.
Correct.
But we do know that there are still some people who do not believe in anything. They say they're atheists, so they don't believe in like a supreme power. So that whole forgive and forget, or forgive so that the Lord will forgive you, doesn't really apply to them. So what do you say about yourself, people?
Some people, those days in secondary school history, from 1, from 2, GS1, they used to talk of Hammurabi Code of laws or something, where it was very popular those days, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But we have grown. We have transitioned from the time of inadequate knowledge to where we are now. To understand that, yes, our forefathers, they grew up in such environments where anything that had little significance was thought to harbor a spirit that needed to be pleased, and the spirits had intermediaries, priests and people playing oracle. They will tell you that if this happened, the person has encroached on your land, take this, go and put it on it. If he enters here again, his leg will swell up. Such things. But we have come a long way, and religion tells us that that person may not share your parentage, but all of you are children of the same supreme being. So how you treat that person is actually not that person you treat. Is the father of all that your behavior affects.